Alright, so I saw this video on YouTube by this YouTuber named Zaw13R. I hope I'm saying that right. And this person's video is why My Hero Academia is good. And this is a response video of me disproving that and why I think it's a bad ending. I want to be as respectful as possible. I'm not going to throw any insults in this video. I'm going to keep it clean, no insults, nothing like that. So I'm going to get in my points starting now. Point number 1, the promises of My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia began with the powerful premises, a world where 80% of people are born with superpowers or quirks. In this world we meet Izuku Midoriya, a boy born powerless but with dreams as big as any hero. From the beginning we have promised a story that would explore what it truly means to be a hero, not through strength alone, but through sacrifice, heart, and resilience. But as the series reaches conclusion, it felt like these original promises were diluted, overshadowed by plot escalation and characters' arcs that felt incomplete. Point number 2, lack of character development. Let's start with character development, or rather where it felt lacking. My Hero Academia set up characters with rich emotional journeys. Deku, Bakugo, Shigaraki each had a path, a story that begged to be explored. But as the series moved into its final arcs, something felt off. Take Izuku Midoriya for example, or Deku for instance. While his growth from a quirkless kid to a powerful hero in training was inspiring, the final arc focused heavily on power levels and combative abilities, overshadowing the personal growth that made him relatable. And then there's Katsuki Bakugo. His redemption arc had the potential to be one of the most compelling parts of the series, with a shift from arrogance to humility, but his journey fell cut short, leaving fans wanting more exploration of his changed relationship with Deku and his new understanding of heroism. Even the villains like Shigaraki had fascinating complex motivations that were brushed over by the end. Rather than fleshing out their backstories and exploring their potential, they often became set pieces, existing to elevate the heroes rather than telling their own. Point number 3, rush pacing and unresolved plot points. And I'm so sorry if you can hear that terrible music in the background. That's my brother. He thinks he's fucking James Hetfield or Johnny Cash. Anyways, back to my points. Oh yeah, point number 3, rush pacing and unresolved plot points. Another big issue with the ending was the pacing. As the stakes escalated, so did the speed at which the story unfolded. Many fans felt the pacing was rushed, like key story elements were left hanging. Take the concept of the quirk singularity, a mystery idea that was introduced as a major threat but never fully explored, or the mysteries behind One for All and All for One. What could have been deep narrative points became shallow, leaving the story feeling incomplete. And then there's the number of characters who were left without satisfying resolutions. Despite earlier investments in heroes like Ochako, Todoroki, and other Class 1A students, many were sidelined or had arcs that were abrupted or dropped early. The final could have been a chance to wrap up their growth, but instead it left fans with loose threads and unfulfilled expectations. Point number 4, unbalanced power scaling. One more point worth discussing is power scaling. In the beginning, the series balanced combat with strong focus and personal strategy and development, but towards the end, battles became less about ingenuity and more about sheer power escalation, losing the grounded feel that drew people in. This unbalanced power shift led to cinematic battles that, while visually impressive, felt more like power displays than meaningful conflicts. It made the ending feel like it prioritized spectacle over substance. Point number 5, the dilution of heroism's meaning. At its core, My Hero Academia explored what it meant to be a hero in a world filled with powers. It asked, what makes a hero? Is it strength, kindness, sacrifice? But in the rush to the finish, the series seemed to forget the humanistic aspect of heroism that made it resonate with fans. Instead, the focus shifted more towards raw strength, losing the complex view of heroism that originally set the story apart. It's a shame because this could have been a powerful conclusion to a groundbreaking. Point number 6, fans' reaction and the legacy of My Hero Academia. Fans were divided about the ending, with some defending the high-octane actions and others disappointed by the unresolved threads. But whether you loved or criticized, one thing is clear: My Hero Academia made an impact on anime and superhero storytelling. Is what I would say if I was lying to myself. It will likely remain a staple of the genre, but the ending may have cost its place among the true greats of shonen. So, what do you think of My Hero Academia's ending? Did it meet your expectations or did it fall short? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like it if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. I'm out.